Hello everyone, welcome back to coverage of Grand Prix Paris for the MSEM format. I'm Caillou, and today we're going to be watching the round 4 match between Plipster, who is on Grixis Dragons, versus DrChillbrain, who is on Blue-Red Burn. So we're coming in a little bit late here, and by a little bit late I mean literally turn 2, by which point Plipster is down to 9 life, courtesy of this banished companion, plus the 2 lava spikes that Chillbrain ran out. So Plipster kind of just going slow, milling with the Oracle's Vision to try and get dragons in graveyard for the Thu'um mechanic. But yeah, this is pretty much close to over. Plipster's down to 1 life, and just has a bunch of expensive dragons. I don't know what possessed Plipster to keep this hand versus aggro. This feels like a really awful hand to keep versus anything remotely aggressive. Because Plipster's deck does have, like, reasonably cheap interaction as well. Oh, and yeah, there we see one of it. Dova's Ire, which is going to be able to come down as essentially a lightning bolt to kill the banished companion. Yup. But now Chillbrain is ironically left without a win con, but top decking a banished companion will just do it, yeah. And that's the power of burn. You can, as long as you can answer them, but then you also have to provide a quick enough clock to be able to countermand whatever they've got going on. But Jesus, that was literally two minutes into the recording, and game 1 is over. So I don't even know if it's worth going to sideboards given how quick this set seems to be shaping up. But let's do that real quick to see if Plipster stands a chance in game 2. So for Plipster here, you bring in the Violent Collapses, all 4 of them. Cosmic Sinkhole is actually, I think, a reasonable bring-in, given that it's basically cheap interaction, and the ability to counter burn spells is actually big money. But yeah, I think other than that, you need a little bit less of these expensive top end, and then just more cheap interaction. Because again, I think that Burn is a matchup that if you're able to interact and stabilize, which Profane Emissary gives, it gives like some degree of stabilization, I guess. But other than that, you just need to survive, stabilize with Profane Emissary plus Polyp Pools, and then carry that to a victory. Meanwhile, for Chillbrain, I don't know that there's much siding needed. Soulgate is actually quite a good sideboard here to just be able to crush all of Plipster's pseudo-ramp with Thu'um. Rages of the Ravage is also great versus Profane... oh my god, I just forgot the name. Profane Emissary, that's the one. And yeah, I think those 2 are probably just easy bring-ins. 2 Rages, 2 Soulgate, out 4, I don't know. Out 4 of a random burn spell sounds like a fine time. But yeah, looking at hands here, was Beneath the Zadina in Plipster's side, or is that a main deck card? I think it's a main deck, but I think that would be a weird bring-in if not. Also, kind of a risky keep from Plip here, but is going to be amply rewarded for it. Hitting 2 dragons off the Oracle's Vision means that Plipster has access to a turn 2 Dwemer Maid Dova, which is kind of terrifying. Oh no, it's going to Beneath the Zadina. Okay, I think the idea was hope to, in those 4 cards, mill another 2 dragons so that you can free cast a Dwemer, but now isn't able to do that. And we do see that Chillbrain did bring in the Rages of the Ravaged. The Plasma Addict is going to face some trouble with regard to being blocked by this 4/4 flyer. Avatar of Basat has Menace, so that shouldn't be an issue. But this is going to be less of a blistering game than the first one, so Plipster does have a lot more of a fighting chance. Mountain Spring is a great top deck since Sunwatch Spires couldn't cast a Plasma Addict on curve, so Plipster's going to eat 5 here. Oof, a second Dwemer Maid Dova is an insanely powerful top deck. And then just play the Draconic Divulging for 1, can discard the second Draconic Divulging, and then play 2 Dwemer Maid Dovas for free, hard cast Profane Emissary, and then, what you gonna do? At that point, Chill can't rely on the board to be able to win, and therefore has to just hope to, run out a bunch of burn. Which, given that Chillbrain has 9 points of burn in hand, technically, because Yeah, because Brazen Sacrilege, you cast it, then you exile it next turn, and then use Bossa Charm. So that's a total of 9. Heist Headquarters also lets Chill dig a little deeper. So you probably just did Plipster? Plipster. Okay, so Plipster is you probably actually played Rages of the Ravaged here, and then you try and turn off the lifelink from Profane Emissary, and then you start trying to burn. The problem is like Chill is already on like 2 to 3 turn clock at best, so yeah, Dwemer Made Dova is not an okay card. Someone really thought, let's take the Frogmite and then make it a 4/4 flyer. And Chillbrain, oh no, Chillbrain, why is Chillbrain running out the Bossa Charm? Oh, that... I guess the thought is maybe if you're going to use the Brazen Sacrilege to kill the Profane Emissary, you should do it now in response to the trigger. Because you don't have a chance to respond before Plipster can play it. I don't know what Chillbrain is thinking, but this feels like a misplay unless I'm missing something. Yeah, because now it goes up to a 4/4 lifelink, and I think that just locks Chillbrain out of the game. Okay, he's going to Brazen Sacrilege. You can't do that in response to playing a land. I guess the idea was that was supposed to be in response to the trigger. Yeah, so that was in response to the trigger. Okay, another Draconic Divulging from Plipster. And yeah, now things are starting to look even more miserable, because now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dragon cards in graveyard. Diving Dova costs 2. Both the Diving Dovas cost 2. Actually can't cast this Diving Dova. But if I guess Plipster plays Apollo Pools, can cast one of the Diving Dovas. Alternatively, you swing in with both Dwemer Maids and then just Dova's Ire phase? I don't know. I guess, okay, he's choosing not to play either of the Diving Dovas now. He's just going to swing... Oh, he's swinging with one of them. Doesn't want the Plasmatic to get through. This does give Chillbrain a chance to attack with the Avatar of Basat. But I don't know, it feels like the sequencing of that was going to make it a little bit too little too late. So can Brazen Sacrilege face for 6. Attack with Basat for 2. Okay, but Plipster is going to Dovazar the Basat. I have to think that the play... Okay, I think you play... Okay, Rages the Ravaged, for sure. And then next turn... Yeah, but playing the Bossa Charm first, I think, was a punt from Chillbrain, because now doesn't have anything to use the Brazen Sacrilege on, which is why that sequencing was actually a mistake. It does have... But I don't think you can ping out Plipster with Rakiri Dissident plus Rages the Ravage before Plipster just kills you with dragons. Because Plipster's swinging in for 12. Oh, okay, yeah. And then he's going to Winged Descent to kill the Plasmatic. Swings in for 12. Chillbrain can cast 2 more spells because of Rages of the Ravaged. So what is Chillbrain's out here? Okay, Chillbrain's just going to concede there. I think the actual out... Like, Chillbrain did have an... Actually, I don't know. Actually, Chillbrain didn't have the mana. I was thinking that you could Heist Headquarters to try and draw into another burn spell, but yeah, it wasn't happening. But whew, yeah, these are blistering games back and forth. Both of these players having extremely fast linear decks. Okay, and getting into Game 3, Chillbrain is on the play this time, so we'll see how that impacts things. I think this is a risky keep from Plipster, and is going to eat 4 on turn 2 from Basat plus Dissident, but yeah. Precipice with no double basics, and on the Murmuring Falls, you don't want to see double Pain Land when you can't use them well. Can Dovazire kill, I guess, the Dissident? I was going to kill the Basat. I guess the thought is block the Dissident, but those pings do add up. And then I guess the thought is next turn you just untap, and then you have 3 mana Dwemer or Wing Descent, but this feels like a sus keep from Plipster. And Banished Companion coming out, going to swing in for another 4. Smoldering Pages as a bring-in, I actually didn't think about this, but Smoldering Pages just dunks on Dwemer Made Dova. I didn't even consider looking at it, but yeah, that is good just anti-Dwemer tech. So that was an interesting sideboard option. Okay, and because of Polypools, we'll be able to cast Wing Descent for 2, or we'll be able to cast a Dwemer Made Dova for 2, and then also have enough mana for 1 mana Wing Descent. Oh, that's actually quite disgusting. But no, he's going to just run out the Wing Descent. I think misses that line. Okay, no, it's just going to Dwemer Dovas and instead. So different sequencing. And wow, Chillbrain is getting very flooded right now. Has the Smoldering Pages to take care of the Dwemer Dova, but then Stormwing is cheapened by currently cheapened by 4, so it itself costs 3 mana. Yeah, like the costing on these Thu'um cards is kind of ridiculous. Allowing Chillbrain to discard his hand and draw 3 cards though could just be a death knell, because Plipster is down to 1 Lava Spike range. Oh, a top deck Dwemer is actually quite good for Plipster. Because before the only blocking option was Stormwing, which was sure to draw Chillbrain into a burn spell, or and would also cost Plipster 2 life from Murmuring Falls plus, 1 life from Murmuring Falls. Yeah, it's just going to run out the Dwemer Dova, and then beneath the Zadina, mills 2 Diving Dovas. Oh, and then it does return a creature to your hand. I did forget that part. It isn't just mill 4. So it does have the double Dwemer on deck, which ends up being a 2-turn clock for Chillbrain. Okay, and it's going to heist Headquarters, because at this point it comes down to Chillbrain just needs that 1 Lava Spike. No, another land? This is actually so disgusting. There's the Storm Surge, but then Chillbrain needs 3 mana to cast it. So I think you just play a land. Oh, no, it's going to orchestrate. No, don't orchestrate it. What if you don't draw? This is actually, I think orchestrating it is a bad plan, because you need another spell to cast it, which means you need to draw into something good next turn. But preferably what's going to happen is that you can just kill, cast this for 3 next turn anyways and kill Plipster. This turn, though, Plipster can beneath the Zadina, get back Diving Dova. Oh, no, actually can't, because it doesn't have a second basic. Oh, the second basic, lack of second basic is going to hurt Plipster. Because my thought was you could get back Diving Dova and then hit for 8. But I think at this point the best play for Plipster is just swing with a single Dova this turn, and then swing with both next turn. Another thing could be just... Actually, yeah, I think that because that would take Chillbrain down to 1, but wouldn't kill him. So I think you swing with 1 Dova right now. Then on Chillbrain's end, cast a Stormwing Dova and then swing for lethal, because Stormwing does have flash, and then casting out at end means the only thing that Chillbrain can draw into that can kill you is a Brazen Sacrilege, which you would be dead to anyways. Okay, so it looks like cast beneath the Zadina and then returned the 3rd Dwemer Dova, and Chillbrain draws another land. And oh my god. If Chill had just not orchestrated the Storm Surge, he could have won. That is the most disappointing punt I've seen this entire tournament. Oh my god. But yeah, unfortunately, Chillbrain loses that set after having everything he needed to win. And let's see, after that set, Plipster does, I think, go up to 4-0, and so was already in contention. Was already guaranteed top cut, but this puts them as top seed. And Chillbrain, if Chillbrain had won that, Chillbrain would have made the top cut, but they punted instead. That's really disappointing, especially because their one previous loss was due to a match loss for an accidental rules infraction. But yeah, that was a sad set, but it happens sometimes, and I think that it's also really cool to see this new all-in Thu'um deck perform and do so well, even against another blisteringly fast deck, which had like specific interaction as well to deal with it. But yeah, anyways, with that, that's our first match of round 4 completed, and catch you next time for our top 8 of the tournament. Till then, this is Caillou signing off.